Hey everybody, it's Julie, your therapist, and today's video is to correct my last video, which was how to camouflage that area when you're transitioning your silver. And the funny thing is, I am a newbie at all this social media stuff, and I bought a video editing software to try to make the videos more concise. And I cut out the part that explained what the direct dyes were. So I am going to explain that today, what a direct dye is, but I'm also going to show you my transition. We'll go over that. But before I do all of that, I want to do a quick little therapy session. That's why I call myself Julie the Therapist. When it comes to your dreams and your goals, you can't worry about what other people think. With the transitioning of the silver, you're going to get resistance. You're going to get people who will think it's not a great idea. But it's also the same if you wanted to cure cancer or build homes for the homeless. People will always show you resistance. With my YouTube and social media, this is all new to me. I don't know how to do it all. If I worried about doing it correctly, I would never get it done. It would never happen. You can't wait for every light to be green. You can't wait to know it all. You just need to do the next best thing. So my next best thing was to do that camouflage video. I tried to do a little bit more advanced and I made a mistake, but it's okay because I learned from it. I'm not afraid to make mistakes, and that's what I want you to learn. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Don't be afraid of that light being green. Just go. So here we are, correction on my last video on the camouflage direct dyes. I absolutely love direct dyes for the transitioning. If you're a redhead, you could create your own red for that donut area you're trying to get rid of. If you're that light blonde, you get to use the silver direct dye and just get rid of that yellow hair by putting it on all the old yellow hair. If you want to transition like me with fun colors, what you can do is put those highlights that we talked about and making it into a silver tone. You can put the fun colors on all those highlights and do it that way. There's lots of ways to transition, but this one specifically is for that little donut area there. Direct dyes come in, the one that I was putting on my hair to begin with is going to be the easiest for you people who are coming out of really dark hair. Let's say you have an interview or a family photo you want to take. These direct dyes, this is black. What you see is what you get. But remember, it's going to go on white hair. So it's not going to be jet black. It's going to just dull that whiteness that you might have there. Camouflage for your wedding, your photo, your job interview, whatever you're trying to do. If I mix the black with red, we're going to get a deeper red. So let's say you're somebody who has a darker color red. You can mix the red and the black together to create a darker red. Boom, just like that. Let's say you're just the redhead. You can put the red on your hair. Now remember, we're going on white. So if you have a ton of white, it's going to be a very bright red at the scalp. You may not like that. Tone it down with a little bit of depth with that black. Julie, I don't have access to that black. I can't find that black anywhere. You can make it. Blue with blue. Use the blue to deepen it, and then you could use gray. Find the law of color. Red and yellow makes orange. Red and blue makes purple. Get in there and be a little scientist and just keep making your color that matches. And remember, it doesn't have to match perfectly. All the lines make them. This one is by Matrix. Pravana. This is their blue. This is another one by Matrix. This is their marble gray, and it's a very, very dark gray. It's a really cool gray. That again looks great on you blondes to tone it down. Direct dyes are what you see, what you get. There's no developer. Whatever comes out of the tube is what you're going to get. That's why I love that you can paint on a paper towel and figure out what color you want. And also a strand test. A strand test means you pick up a piece and you paint it on there and you see if you like it. If you don't, no big deal. Keep mixing and find the color that you like. And remember, you're just to put it on the area that can be seen. It doesn't need to be the whole head. I did my whole head because I was changing my whole head color. But if we're just camouflaging, you only need to put it on those areas that you can see. Direct dyes, what you see is what you get. They don't hurt your hair. You can put them on as often as you like. I will probably be changing to another color by next week. This is if you watched my last video, this is the result after I think about 3 to 4 shampoos. It was much more intense, but I like that you can see that it is lighter right here than it is down here. On my application, I specifically said we're going to put it here first and here last because of porosity. Porosity is what that means is like a sponge, how well your hair sucks things up. The older the hair is, the curlier the hair is, the more porous your hair is. For instance, one of the reasons why the silver works on the blonde hair so well is that hair is bleached. And so it's very porous and it will grab on to this very, very light lavender direct dye. Let me put it out here so you can see it. Compared to those other colors, this is a super light color. But the reason why it turns that blonde hair to a gorgeous silver color is because of porosity. We've put bleach on the hair, and so your hair is able to absorb that. That lavender color on my white hair wouldn't show. I could put it on there and leave it on there for 30 minutes. It's not going to do anything. As soon as I wash it out, it's going to come out. I put that intense color here first because this old hair is porous. I knew it would grab on. And when I wash my hair, I'm always focusing on scrubbing the scalp, not the hair. The hair just gets clean on its own. You always, when you shampoo your hair, focus on the scalp. Now you can see it's much lighter here, but I kind of like it because I'm going to show you how easy it is to do a quick little camouflage. Again, whether I'm using a natural color or a green color, the process is the same. Again, I'm putting a little water right now. One, to help my fingers out so that I don't end up with green fingers all day. And by the way, the green that I'm going to get on my fingers right now, I will be able to wash it out. I could wash it out with Ajax or baking soda immediately if I can't get it out with just plain soap and water. But more than likely, I'll be able to get it out with just plain soap and water. Usually, I will use a glove, but I don't have one handy, and it's not that critical. So I have the green. This is the very green that I put on my hair, Pulp Riot Aquatic, and I've put it in one of these little mascara dealy bobbers. And I'm going to take it and just touch it right here. And again right here. Push it around. A little bit more right here. And exactly the way that this is taking away that brightness at the scalp is the exact same thing for you with your brown, your red, whatever color you're trying to cover up. I just happen to be using green, but you can make your color be the right color and boom, you have a camouflage. And notice I didn't really have to do it, but if you want it to look fresh, that's all you gotta do. And there's my green fingers. They're not that horribly green. Remember, I put it on wet hair. Wet hair helps you spread it easier, helps the hair from staining. I don't want it to stain. It wouldn't stain permanently. When I say stain, I mean last a month versus a week or two. I like to change. So I don't like it to stain, but I could make it last for maybe even 6 weeks. Again, depending on porosity, everybody's different. I have naturally wavy hair. So if you have curly hair, anything you put on your hair is going to grab more. You have more porous hair. If you have very naturally stick straight, it's going to be harder for you to get color to go on your hair. That's why I always want people to understand we're not all. Understand what you have, and that's the way it's going to work on your hair. Because it worked on your girlfriend's hair doesn't mean it's going to work on your hair. These bright colors work great on white hair. But remember, if you're solidly white, then you're going to be solidly green. So if you don't want to be solidly green, don't use these bright colors, or use them as a pastel, like I did. Put them on and immediately wash them off, and they won't come out all intense, and you'll be a lot happier. This is my correction video on how to use direct dyes to camouflage and also to have fun. All the lines make them. They are a what you see is what you get. There is no developer to them. They wash out according to porosity and how you put them on. Always put them on clean, dry hair if you want them to last. Clean, wet hair if you don't want them to last. This is my therapy from Julie, the therapist. Have a great day. Thanks for watching.